All right, everybody, here we are. Here we are. Oh my gosh. I think we are live. This is the first time that I have gone live on YouTube using this software. I'm very familiar with going live just right inside the locker room and which is our Facebook group. But I know that there are a lot of people who are not in the locker room and wanted to join us. And so I set it up for a live stream. Oops, that's not it. I set it up as a live stream for our channel. And I have no idea if it is actually working or how to even know if it's working. So if it's not working live on YouTube, then I guess I will just post the recording on YouTube. Here I'm clicking live. Oh, look, it says I am live. Okay. All right. So I think we do have somebody that is live on YouTube. Oh yeah, I've got 9 people who are live on YouTube. Now here's the problem. I don't know if you guys make comments, if you have questions throughout the thing. I don't know how to access the comments for the YouTube. So, let me see if I click this thing. All right, I'm just gonna hold that. Hopefully, if somebody has a question on YouTube, then I will see it. Lindsay is saying, yes, it shows live on YouTube. Good, you see me everywhere. All right, excellent. So we are good to go. We are good to go. Guys, I am so excited. I am so excited to be here with you today. I'm excited to share this next evolution of Fast and Easy QBO. So just to give you some background, I don't know who all. I know there's a lot of you who are on who have been here in my world for a while. But there might be some new folks who don't even know us. So I kind of want to go back to the beginning so that I can set up for you and so that you can understand kind of where we are, what we're doing. And this is just the tip of the iceberg for our future. We have some major announcements coming soon. But this is just kind of to get us started. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Margie Reimers Davis, and I am the founder and CEO of Fast and Easy QBO. And back in 2018, let me back up even further. I'm going to back up even further. So I graduated from college and I got a job working for a medical software company, and my job was in training and development. So that's my background. That's what I do. That's what I love. And so I'm a trainer at heart. That's always what I want to be doing. And so I got a job at this medical software company, and I used to travel to hospitals around the country and teach people how to use our software. And then eventually I moved in-house, so I stopped traveling, but I was still doing training, doing train the trainer, teaching all the employees how to use our software. This was proprietary software. This was not something that we could hire people to off the street to know. So we'd hire them and then we'd teach it to them. And so my job was developing the training programs for all of our different products. And then in 2000, I got my dream job, which was to become a stay-at-home mom. And so I said, see ya to the corporate world. And I was like, this is what I've always wanted to do. And then in 2018, my husband decided that he didn't want to be married anymore. And it was like a gut punch. It was like all of the wind just coming out of my sails. It was so shocking and surreal. And when it initially happened, my reaction was adrenaline. So I was just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And I hadn't had a job in nearly 20 years. And so at first I just thought, okay, this is no big deal. I'm still smart. I'm still the same person. I still have, people in my network. I'm still a technical person. And so I'm just going to go get another job in training and development. But it turned out that a middle-aged woman with a 20-year gap in her resume is not all that attractive to people, especially in my field, which had really taken off without me. When I left the industry, we were just developing something called CBT, which was computer-based training. We were all trying to figure out how to train, because all the training I did was live and in person. Everybody had their computer, and I either sat next to them and taught them one-on-one, or I sat in a classroom where everybody had a computer and walked them through the software. But we were all trying to figure out that it was the early days of the internet. We were trying to figure out how to teach people in the on-demand way that we do now. And people figured it out, and the industry boomed, and people went on without me. And so when I went back and tried to get back into that universe, they just were not interested. Like I just didn't have the experience. It didn't matter that I was, smart or technically savvy or that had done all these things over the years. And so, like many women in my situation, probably some of you listening to me right now, I turned to bookkeeping. And I thought, okay, well, I've always been good with numbers. At the time, I was actually working as, I had like a side hustle working as what's called a daily money manager, which is like a bookkeeper for individuals. I had senior citizen clients and high net worth individuals who just didn't have time to mess with their own finances. And senior citizens, my very first client was actually a woman who had palsy. And so her hand was shaking, and she confessed to me that she couldn't write checks anymore because her hand shook so much. And so that's kind of like how I got into it. So anyway, and some other factors. So I had a side hustle as a daily money manager and as a professional organizer. And I thought, well, it's easier to get money from businesses than it is from people. So, let me look into being a bookkeeper. And so, like so many of you, like I saw the ads on Facebook and I responded to an ad and I joined one of the programs, and one of the first things they said was to get this Pro Advisor certification from Intuit on QuickBooks Online. And so I did that, and I went through the Intuit training. It's free training available online. And the certification is free, and the training is free, and the software even is free. So I was like, okay, I'm doing this. And I started studying for my own certification, and I went through that Intuit training, and I just thought, this is awful. This is awful. It was awful training. And I kept thinking to myself, like, I could do such a better job than this. Remember, I'm a trainer at heart. So, so I was like, I could do such a better job than this, but I couldn't chase that squirrel. Like I had to get my life together. I had to like get some income and figure out like what I was going to do with my life. And so I did that. I got my certification, I got my basic, I got my advanced immediately afterwards. And I went out and started my business, started getting clients, and I, and I started connecting with other bookkeepers. And what I just saw over and over and over was that people were complaining about the test. They were complaining about the training. They're like, this training does not prepare me for the test at all. And let me tell you, that version was much easier than actually it is now. They changed it up since I did it. Some things are a little bit easier, but the test itself is actually much harder based on the way they've organized it. And so so many people were complaining about the test that I just couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it anymore. I remember I had this friend that I used to like talk to every day while I was going through this crisis, trying to figure out my life. And I remember talking to this friend and saying, oh my gosh, like everyone is complaining about this and I could totally do this, but I just don't know if I should. And this friend helped me talk through the pros and cons of like, well, what if you did do it? And what if I didn't do it? You didn't do it. And, and all these things. And all you guys know the end of the story was ultimately I decided to do it. Finally, I was like, okay, fine. Because I just couldn't stand. I just couldn't stand to see people in pain. I just couldn't, when I knew that I could help them. And so kind of the rest is history. I created that first basic course and put it out there, and it just flew off the shelf. Like I was stunned at how many people were, people were struggling. They got the course, they passed like right away quickly, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is a life change, lifesaver. They started telling other people, and people were begging me for advanced, and so I created the advanced course. Then people were begging me for payroll, and so I created the payroll course. And I, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that that I was just in the right place at the right time to be able to create these courses that have helped now over 10,000 people get certified in QuickBooks Online. That just warms my heart. I mentioned that when I first started the business and I first started the courses, it was all word of mouth. Like everybody was just telling everybody about these courses that I had created, which is amazing. Like I'm so grateful. I am so grateful that you guys did that. That it changed people's lives and that it was helpful. But from a business point of view, it's also super scary because what if you stop talking, right? So I hired a marketing company to help me figure out how to do ads, because I don't know how to do ads, or anything. And so I hired this company and to help us figure out how to, position ourselves and run ads and all of this. And they asked me a question. They said, okay, well, the certifications are great, and I'm glad that your students are finding them useful. But from a business perspective, you need to ask yourself, like, what's the next thing that your students need? Because, they've taken these courses. They obviously love you. Like, how else can you help them? What do they need next? And as I thought about that, I thought about the number of times, oh my gosh, I have seen over and over and over how people say, I passed the test, but I still don't feel like I know what I'm doing. Okay. They're like, all right, well, okay, now I sort of know bookkeeping, but how do I get experience being a bookkeeper? How do I break into this field? Like, what is it really like being a bookkeeper? And I saw this over and over and over. And again, just like with the certifications, where my heart was just like, I just wanted to help. I just wanted to help so badly. And I knew that I could. In the same way that I knew that I could create these certification courses to help people get certified, I knew that I had the experience and the expertise to help you get experience using the software in a way that simulates actually being a bookkeeper. And that's how the QBO Gym was born. The QBO Gym is an opportunity for you to get work experience, on the job experience, without having a job. When you are in the QBO Gym, it is like you have your first client. And your first client, all of these things happen to that client. Like the first, I don't know whether it's the first one, but like early on, somebody comes and asks your client for an estimate. And then they sign the estimate, and so that estimate needs to turn into an invoice. And Craig wants to take a 50% deposit up front, and then 50% after that. And so you have to handle and record all of that. A wedding planner comes to Craig, your fictitious business owner, and says, hey, I want you to do the landscaping for these 2 weddings. And Craig looks at this and thinks that it's a great opportunity to compare his profitability on these 2 different projects. So all of these things at one time, Craig decides to go sell some knickknacks at a local farmer's market, and then he gives some away to be marketing and advertising for him. All of these things happen to Craig in his business, and all along, you are becoming the bookkeeper. You are the bookkeeper for him, and you're recording all of these things. As his customers pay their bills or pay their invoices, you're recording those payments. As Craig continues to have bills, then you pay those bills and you process the bank feeds and you reconcile the accounts. You get the statements. You have corporate credit cards that you need to set up and reconcile. And you do all of these things, all of the things that you learn, all of the features that you learn in the basic and advanced courses, you are now actually doing them as if you are the bookkeeper for Craig. And that's where the QBO Gym came from, is because I just, like, every time I hear that there people are that they are just wanting experience. How do I get experience? How do I get experience? What is it really like? How do I know if it really likes it? That's where the QBO Gym came from. But here's the thing about the gym. Nobody likes going to the gym. Like, we all join the gym in January, right? With these big goals to like lose weight and work out, get in shape or whatever. And then by February, we're all canceling our gym memberships. So what we found is that people sign up, for example, for the free gym challenge so they can get experience for a month. And to actually see if they like the gym, and then they can join, decide if they join the gym. And a full 75% of the people that sign up for the free gym challenge don't even open the emails. Not forget about like actually doing the work in the gym. They don't even open the emails. Okay. And then people who join the gym, then we have some people who like join the gym, but then they're not signing on. They're not actually doing it. And then the next thing that happens is that we hear all of these people say, okay, well, how do I get clients? How do I get clients? And I realized, and my thanks to like this birthday wish program that I do every year has been such a blessing because it opens up my eyes into what's going on in your world. Is that so for those of you who don't know, last year my birthday came up and I just randomly, it was not pre-planned at all, just randomly, I said to our community, I said, hey, it's my birthday, and instead of making wishes, I'm granting them. What is it that you need? And so last year, like, it was just amazing, and I like gave away all of these programs, and I just felt like Oprah, and it was so awesome. I said, I'm going to do it again. So this year I did it again. And I had so many people say that they wanted clients, that they wanted confidence, and that they wanted accountability. And I realized, although I'm not working with that marketing firm anymore, I still think about what they said to me, like, what is the next thing that your students need? So you've got your certifications, you've got a way to get work experience, although some of you have it but don't actually work in it. And what you need next, I realized, is confidence, accountability. What was the third thing that I said? I can't remember now. Confidence, accountability, and there was a third one. Anyway, so consistency, clients, that was the third thing. And so experience, and clients, like everyone's like, I need clients. And so I tell you exactly every week, I tell you what to do to get clients, and yet you're for some reason not doing it. In the same way that we don't like to work out in the gym, we either don't know what we need to do to get clients, or we know what to do, but there's something that's blocking us, that's preventing us from actually doing it. So in September, for the month of September, we did an experiment. And we ran an experiment called the Getting Clients Cohort. And we opened it up, and we gave accountability, we gave marketing training, and it was a huge success. And people were like, how can I do this more? How can I get more? How can I stay in this community? How can I continue to get accountability? How can I stay doing this? And so this is the next evolution. This is the next evolution of helping you with the next thing you need. And I'm going to venture to say maybe this is the last thing you need. Like, this is like, once you have this, then then you're ready to go. Now you may need other things like how to grow your firm and scale your firm, and like all of that stuff that we don't teach. But what I can do is I can hold you accountable to do the things that we do teach. And that's why we are super excited to announce today, and I've been teasing it for a couple of weeks now, but today's it becomes official. That's why we're all gathered here today, is the G3 Intensive. Okay, so the G3, that can be, we're calling it G3, but it can be called so many things. It's like get certified, get experience, get clients, get ready, get set, go. We've tossed around a lot of G's. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through exactly what this G3 intensive program is. It starts, today is our kickoff. Tomorrow is when the program starts. It's going to run through the end of the year. We anticipate that this is going to be like the amazing thing that we do every quarter to help you stay accountable to yourself and actually do the things you need to do in order to walk toward your dreams. Actually, before I do my little presentation, I'm going to tell this story again. I've told it many times, and I told it again yesterday inside the community. I don't know how many of you have heard it, but I'm going to tell it again because it's so important. So some of you maybe have heard me tell it so many times that maybe you could tell it. But okay, so years ago, my family and I had a finished basement, and we rented it out. It was like a little apartment in our basement. We rented it out. We rented it out to a single mom and her 14-year-old daughter. And the 14-year-old daughter was obsessed with Harry Styles. She just, oh my gosh, she loved Harry Styles so much. Her bedroom Harry Styles plastered on the walls. Her notebook, Harry Styles. Everything was Harry Styles. And she had this hoodie that said Future Mrs. Styles that she wore all of the time. Okay, she was obsessed with Harry Styles. And her mom got her, One Direction was coming to, we were in DC area at that time. So her mom got her tickets to see One Direction, and oh my gosh, so this is exciting. But for some reason, I can't remember the details. Her mom couldn't make it home from work in time or whatever. So she asked me to give her daughter a ride to the stadium and to meet up with other friends. There was some other families and friends, girls, whatever, that were gonna meet there. So I was just taking her to meet up with that other group. So I said, sure, no problem. So we go to the stadium, and as we get close, the traffic, there's just so much traffic, it is stopped. We're not even moving inches, we're actually physically stopped. And so we're sitting there, we're sitting there in the car, and I notice that the car in front of us has a license plate. It's like a big black SUV, tinted windows. The license plate says for hire. And so I said to Taya, hey, do you know what that means? Do you see that license plate right there? Do you know what that means? And she didn't. And I said, well, that means that's like a chauffeur. That's like a rich person is in that car, that they're being driven, rich or famous or somebody. I said, hey, Harry Styles could be in that car. And, but I was, of course, just joking, oh, Harry Styles could be in that car. When all of a sudden, the window rolled down, and an arm came out. When I did this yesterday, you couldn't see my arm, but an arm came out of the SUV, and it had a cupcake. And, it came out like this. Remember, we were behind, and the car that was next to them, remember, traffic is just stopped. We're all just sitting there on the highway. And the cupcake, so the person in the car next to them looked over, noticed it, and the look on her face, she was she got out of her car, she went and to get the cup, like the arm was like indicating like, here, have this cupcake, right? And so this woman gets out of the car, she takes the cupcake and she hugs the person in the car. And as she turns to go back to her car, she says, "Oh my gosh, I just hugged Harry Styles." It was Harry Styles in the car ahead of us. It, like, I had made the joke, but it was him. It was him. And I looked at Dea and I said, "Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car." And she just sat there frozen. She just sat there frozen. Meanwhile, there were people that had, like, because traffic was stopped, people had gotten out of their cars and like were walking toward the stadium. So like people that were walking, they saw what was happening. And so they came over to the car, and I'm just like, "Taya, get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the car." And she didn't. She just sat there frozen. And I just think that so many, like, how many times has your dream been just right in front of you, just right in front of you, within arms? He was 10 feet away from us. She was wearing her shirt that said "Future Mrs. Styles." And he was 10 feet in front of her, and she could not get out of the car. So guys, this program is designed to help you get out of the car. Get out of the car. We're going to do everything we can. We are going to open the car door. We are going to unbuckle your seatbelt. But you are the one that has to get out of the car. And so we're going to, in this coming G3 intensive cohort, we're going to help you do that. And here's the program. Okay, so I'm going to do this little presentation. While I'm in the presentation, I cannot see the chat. Here, let me just check on my YouTube viewers. I think I might have to share my screen. Okay, still no comments on YouTube. Okay. So, all right. So when I switch and do this, I cannot see your comments, okay? So I'm going to go through the whole thing, and then I'm going to answer all of your questions. I'm going to stay here until the bitter end. I do have another appointment at 2 o'clock, so I'm hoping to get out by 2, but I will cancel it if I have to, because I want to answer every single question so that you guys are fully armed and ready to make the decision if this is going to be for you. And I'm going to tell you right up front that if this is not for the faint of heart, we're calling it intensive for a reason because it's intensive. We are going to give you all of the tools that you need, but you, like I said, you have to be the one that gets out of the car and starts walking. And you have to decide, how badly do you want to meet Harry Styles, right? How badly do you want this dream, this bookkeeping business that you have said that you wanted? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go through the little presentation. I will not be able to see your comments, so I will answer any comments and questions at the end. Okay. All right. So this is, as I mentioned, the G3, what we're talking about, and we're calling it the G3 Intensive. You'll get certified, you'll get experience, you'll get clients, and you'll get over yourself and get moving. It starts immediately, and it is all about taking massive action. Now, as I mentioned, we just wrapped up kind of our first experimental cohort. And one of our participants, Sarah Walls, said this. She said, "This cohort was a game changer for my business. It helped me realize the ways I have been limiting myself and letting fear keep me stuck. Through the challenges, I practiced using my voice and stopped keeping myself small. I realized the power of having a community behind me, all working together with a shared goal. I proved my fear wrong. I didn't receive judgment when I put myself out there. Instead, I received lots of support and opportunities that were there the whole time. I just needed to be open to them. So we're going to hear later what Sarah's actual results were. But that was, like she said, it was a game changer. So the G3 intensive is divided into 3 phases. They are roughly the months. So phase 1 is roughly October. Then phase 2 is roughly November, and December is roughly phase 3. But if you get done, if you're ahead of schedule, that's fine. If you're behind schedule, that's going to be, we're going to help you along the way. I'll talk more about that. But if you get some of this stuff done and out of the way, you can start working on the next one. Okay, so this is phase 1, which we're calling Get It Done. In Get It Done, you are going to knock out your certs before October 11th. Okay, so you guys have heard me. We've been so many emails, I know, and so many messages and all of this stuff. But Intuit has announced, usually they close certifications on October 31st. This year, they are closing certifications early. You have to have started your certifications by October 3rd. And what that means, every certification test has 5 sections. So you have to have taken one section of the test and submitted it in order to kind of hold your place. This is true. I've gotten a lot of questions about this. This is true for all 3 certs, basic, advanced, and payroll. You have to, now you can't take advanced and payroll until you've done all of basic, okay? But you have to have submitted at least one section and kind of hold your place. So you have to start the test by October 3rd, and then you have to finish by October 11th. Okay, so it has to be fully submitted. You do have all your regular, all 3 tries like you always do, but if you get locked out, then you'll be next season. Okay, now we always, so what's going to happen is, so you're going to have to submit your test. Anybody who wants to get certified this year, they have to have done it by October 11th. The reason they're doing this is because they are completely revamping and changing the training portal and the certification program. Now, remember I said in the beginning, the whole reason that I started Fast and Easy QBO is because the Intuit training was terrible. There is the chance, they have a new person on board. They have a new, she's got a new vision for the certification. They're closing it down so that they can, completely revamp the training portal, and, which is going to be under her guidance. We don't know what's going to happen when they re-release it, probably the beginning of November. Okay. It could be a completely different program. It could be completely different. We know that it's going to be different training. So maybe now you'll be able to do it from there. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be worse. Maybe it's going to be harder. Will we be able to create fast and easy materials that match? I don't know. We hope, but I am not into it. I have no idea what's going to happen. So I highly recommend that you get these certs knocked out as quickly as possible so that you don't have to worry. There's so much unknown that it would be so much better. Now, the basic test, our course takes about 5 hours to get through, not including test taking time. The advanced takes 8 to 10 hours. Again, not including test taking time, and payroll takes about 4 hours. So there's still, you have 11 days. If you put your mind to it, you can get it done as much as possible. If you need our help, support to knock it out, then we're going to help you do that. The other thing in the getting done phase is if you have purchased cleanup, now is the time to get it done, right? This is the kind of thing that can just hang out forever. The cleanup course is about 4 hours of instruction plus some hands-on exercise, and then there is a final project. The final project is takes a good amount of time. It takes about 30 hours to get through that final project. It is like, it's like doing an actual cleanup. You actually are doing a cleanup for another fictitious business. Part of the program is you learn how to do a diagnostic review. You do it and price your services. You do a diagnostic review and price your services for this cleanup that you're working on, and you'll be able to see how much your time, if it takes you 30 hours to do it, you're going to see like how much you're going to get paid for that 30 hours, and it's not minimum wage. So it's a good, like you get to see like why cleanup is so valuable. So this is another thing that you can be working on during phase 1. Also during phase 1 is we're going to give you assignments. We're going to teach you how to get your marketing set up. Now we only teach, I always say I'm not a marketing company, but I do teach this one method that is free. It's free marketing that you can do to land clients. We're going to hear some more about that in a little bit. Okay. So phase 1 is get it done. Boom. We want you to just get it out of the way. Okay. Phase 2 is get experience. And this is where you're going to totally focus on getting experience. Before I started my presentation, and when I saw some people in the chat, I did see some people straight up admit, yeah, I have the gym, but for some reason I can't make myself do it, right? Or like, yeah, I'm not doing the gym as consistently as I need to be. Or, oh yeah, like I wanted to do it, but all these things come up, right? Well, now you're going to be in this cohort. You're going to have time set aside. We're going to focus on getting you that experience. Our goal is for everybody who is in this cohort to get that 1 full year of work experience by working in the gym, or at a very minimum, we want you to have 6 months. Okay. There's reasons why, it's about, confidence. It's about competence, like knowing what you're doing, knowing how to handle all of these situations. But then it's also going to help you market your business, which we'll talk about later. Okay. Also during this phase, this is when you're going to start getting out of your head. Okay. This is if your head is stopping you, like so many times we have like these fears that just keep us bound. Like whatever, like what kept Taya in the car? Like, I don't know. She was just like in fear, like where she was about to like meet her hero, or I don't know. She couldn't do it. But what we have is a specific program that helps you get over yourself in using dares that will take you just a little bit further, and you can see what the results were in the previous cohort when we did this. Also during this phase is when you're going to get actual training. Okay, so I'm going to hop on with you and I'm going to teach you the 3-2-1 method. We're going to go over all of the nitty-gritties, where people were getting stuck, what you need to actually be doing. We're going to brainstorm your list of who to reach out to, who to talk to, how to actually do that. Lindsay is going to be teaching you how to use Canva. So during this phase, you're going to, in addition to actually working on the gym and getting that experience, we're going to start. So in phase 1, we kind of laid the groundwork. Now we're actually doing the training. And then in phase 3, you're going to get clients. Now I say get clients, but I can't control whether you actually get a client. Okay. So, this is, I have to be careful when I say this. Our goal is for you to get a conversation with a potential client, whether that is doing a diagnostic review, which you learn how to do in the cleanup course, or whether it is what was I going to say? Whether you use somebody else's program for like having an initial conversation, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you into people to have conversations with. So during this phase, if you don't have that year of the gym, you're going to continue working on the gym, and you're going to get out there using our methodology on how to get out there to actually take the steps to get those clients. And then of course we're going to have a big wrap-up party, and we're going to have celebrations and awards, and for all of you that are going to kill it, because I know you are. Our bonus is this Get Over Yourself program, which has been developed by my good friend Stacy, and it is incorporated in the cohort. This is how you're going to get over yourself. The magic of this Find Your Voice program is that everybody is working together on a shared goal. And there is power in that. There is power in being together and not just being by yourself and doing the things. The people who are in this last cohort, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want it to be over. Like, how can we continue this? How can we keep going? I'm in a cohort myself, and I just got back from Florida. It was our last retreat that was like just us. And we're all sad. We're like, oh my gosh, like, because there is so much power in doing things together as a group. The dares are going to help you push yourself outside of your comfort zone. But this is not walking on fire like Tony Robbins used to have. Like this is just pushing yourself a little bit, and then looking back and seeing how far you've come. And the best of all is that you do this in a safe and encouraging community, because we're all getting vulnerable together. We're all working toward this shared goal, and it's just an environment of being together and being supportive of each other. So the nitty-gritties of how the program works consists of kind of these three things. Not the three phases, but these three things that are in each of the phases. The first is focus hours. The second is assignments and assessments. And then the third is training and accountability. So and I forgot to say, dang it, I forgot that was like my big thing too. The beautiful thing is that you will always know exactly what to do. Like, how many times do you think, oh, I should be working on my business, but I don't really I feel scattered. I don't know exactly what I should be doing. And oh, maybe I'll do this, or like, in this program, we are always going to know what step you are on and what to do, what you should be doing now and what to do next. Okay. So the focus hours are 2 hours every day that you'll get to choose from. This is all, by the way, being led by Lindsay Key, who's going to be our program manager. She managed the last cohort and did a phenomenal, amazing job. Everyone loves her. And she is going to be managing this today, this next cohort. And she has set aside 2 hours every day. I think, Lindsay, you can put it in the chat, but we're going to start with a 10 a.m. slot and a 3 p.m. slot, I think she said. And during these, if you can come to these, so there's going to be two sessions every day. So you can come, and if you show up to the focus hour, the first thing that you're going to do is set your intention for what is it that you're going to be working on. And if you need help, we have the roadmap. Lindsay can help you. You're right here. So you're going to set your intention for what you're going to be working on during that hour. Then you're going to co-work in silence. So everybody's going to come together. Maybe you guys have done co-working hours before, but you come at a specific time. You all check in and say, hi, here's what I'm going to get done. And then it goes silent. Everyone just leaves the camera on, but goes and works and does the thing that they just said that they were going to do. And then you come on at the end and celebrate your accomplishments. So basically you have 50 minutes, 50 minutes to totally focus and totally get the work done that you set out to do. If you can't make it, which is fine. I mean, I think we said 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. we're going to start. Lindsay will adjust if it turns out that those don't work, like a better time would be better for people. If you work a full-time job and you can't do it at all, that's fine. We still asking that you set aside a minimum of 5 hours each week. Imagine what your business will be like. Imagine what your business would be like if you dedicated 5 hours every week. That's an hour a day, 5 days a week, or you sit down for half a day on Saturday, like whatever it is. Imagine where your business would be like if you set aside that time. So if you can't do the times with Lindsay and with the group, that's fine. You just set it aside, do it on your own, and we'll have an accountability sheet for you to fill out. So you're still doing the same thing. You're still setting your attention, you're working, and then you are celebrating your accomplishments. So as I mentioned, you will always know what you're supposed to be doing, what you're supposed to be working on. You'll know like where you are in that phase. You're going to be knocking out your certs. You're going to be working on the cleanup if you have the cleanup. If you don't have the cleanup, you'll just be pounding out the gym, okay? So you'll always be doing that, okay? We're also going to 3 times in the quarter, we're going to have assessments. So we'll have you fill out a form so that we know exactly where you are. And the beautiful thing about these assessments is that we're going to know where you're getting stuck. Okay, we're going to know where you're getting stuck and off course and where we need to move the train a little bit, and help you, maybe clarify things or get you headed in the right direction. So that gives you some accountability that way also. As I mentioned, you're also going to have training. So I'll be teaching in phase 2, we're going to be teaching the 3-2-1 method for marketing your services. Lindsay's going to be teaching Canva, so you know how to post your QBO tips. We'll also do some training on how to use LinkedIn effectively. And then you will also have daily and weekly check-ins so that you know that we're watching you and that we are, I don't know about you, but what was that quote? Andy Andrews, I think, said, integrity is what you do when nobody's watching, right? But we all know that when we know that somebody's watching us, we all behave better, right? We all eat better, and healthier when we're with other people than when we're alone, on the couch, eating a gallon of ice cream. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one that does that, right? So this, by having this accountability and having people be rooting for you and in your corner and so you get it done. Get it done. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. So here's just a few things that people have said about this last cohort. So Heidi Miller Ford said, I am so shocked, excited, and terrified all at the same time. This challenge and the Build Your Confidence workshop are coming in handy. I went to search the name of someone I know on LinkedIn yesterday to message him, and another person I know, which I hadn't even thought of, popped up. I decided to go ahead and message him as well. Last night, I got a message from him saying that he uses QuickBooks and his business is really starting to ramp up and he hasn't done a good job keeping up with his books. He was interested in learning more, so we have scheduled a meeting. And then later she posted that she officially got her first diagnostic review from one of the people she connected with during the challenge. Patricia Fox said, I had 2 people reach out to me to set up an appointment with me. So looking forward to keeping up the steps we used in this challenge. Veronica said, I did my daily reach out to 3 people. Within seconds, I got a reply from my ex-client saying her boyfriend just started a sheet metal company last December and they have no bookkeeper. They were thinking about getting a QBO account to start getting ready for tax season. She asked me if I could assist. Of course, I said yes. Then Kathy said, I'm really excited tonight. I have 2 diagnostic reviews scheduled, one for tomorrow evening and one for Sunday afternoon. Both are with people I have known for a few years, and the timing of my reaching out was perfect. They both are in need of a bookkeeper, and there I was sending them messages. I definitely owe so much to the 321 cohort. And then finally, Sarah, who I talked about in the beginning, who talked about all of the mindset stuff and a community and all that stuff. Well, she got actual results too. She said, I have 2 more intro calls this week, signed my first monthly client, have another diagnostic review I need to set up, and working on a setup and finishing a catch up. It really feels like it is possible for this to be a real business that can support me and my family. I'm so grateful. All right. So this is the point where I tell you guys how much it's going to cost you to be a part of this cohort. Because yeah, and you guys know how it works. What I'm supposed to do is set the pricing. It's I'm supposed to ask you how much would this be worth to you? How much do you think you would get a client for? And I'm going to say it's not $10,000. You would think it's a value of $10,000, or it's not $10,000, it's $1,000. And wouldn't that be a fantastic value? That's what I'm supposed to do, but I am not cheesy like that. So I'm going to come right out and say it. It's $299. It's $299 for the 3 months, and it is 100% guaranteed. So if you do all of the things, we're holding your feet to the fire, and you don't actually land a diagnostic reviewer. Remember, I can't control whether you get the client, but I can control, or I can help you get out of the car and actually talk to Harry Styles, right? I can't promise he's going to marry you, but I can say that I can help you get out of the car and get to actually talking with potential clients. All right. So, here is the thing. Okay. So it's $299 for the cohort. But you have to be an active member of the gym. Okay. So if you are already an active member of the gym, great, you're golden, sign up, whatever. And by the way, Lindsay, you can put the link in there in the chat now too. So if you're already an active member of the gym, great, you're golden, $299, let's go. Okay. If you are not, you have to be this program is designed to get you a year's worth of experience. We're a minimum of 6 months. We want you to get a year's worth of experience in this very short period of time. You can get through the QBO gym in 42 real-time hours. Okay, you get a year's worth of experience in 42 real-time hours, and that's our goal for you. We want you to do that. So, but the gym is holding your feet to the fire. All of you guys who said, "Oh yeah, I'm in the gym, but I'm not really doing it very much." Well, this is your chance. Okay, this is your chance for us to hold your feet to the fire, hold you accountable. We're going to help you. We're going to help you knock out those certs right away. The cleanup is optional. If you're in the cleanup or you want to get the cleanup, then we'll help you get through that as well. We're going to help you get that 1 year of experience in the gym, and then we're going to teach you how to do your marketing and get out there and put yourself out there, get over yourself, get moving, and get clients. Okay? All right. So that's my speech, and let me see what is happening in the chat. Megan says, get us out of the car. Yes. All right. Sherry says, I want out of the car. Awesome. Let's see. Corey says, one thing that we know about Intuit is that they're consistently inconsistent. Yes, internally, we call it chasing the dragon. I call it chasing the dragon because you never know. You never know. All right. I'd say harder. That is a 100%. I don't know if you can see. It looks like a heart on your version. I don't know. 100% get it done if you can. I think she's talking about the certs. Esther got her payroll certification now. She has all 3. Excellent. Greg says, I can tell you the courses work. You cannot miss unless you fall asleep taking the test. Awesome. Brenda says, I love the cleanup course. That is, that's awesome, since Corey seems to be, Corey is our course creator for that. So I hope you saw that testimonial. And here's the thing that I should have mentioned. Corey says, once you finish the final project in cleanup, when you meet with your next lead, you can tell them that you've just finished a cleanup and that you know what you're doing, which is awesome. Esther says that she got the cleanup course, but barely started. Now it's time to get it done. Yes, absolutely. And we can help you in the cohort. Hold your feet to the fire. Okay. Let's see. Heather says, I started an actual cleanup job before I was done with the course and need to get in and finish the cleanup course. Yes, you do that. Corey says, we are our biggest obstacle. That is so true. Oh my gosh. Maria says, my head is full of fog, anxiety, stress. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Oh, I'm sorry, Maria. She says, I need this. We will totally help you. Oh my gosh. When you get to the Find Your Voice Challenge, and I don't know if I have anybody, I'm still going through a million comments, but if I have anybody from the last cohort that can, speak to the power of Stacy's challenges and helping you get over yourself and get comfortable with all of that, that would be awesome. Marcia says, I have my certs, but need so much more. I need hands-on, plus so much more so my brain will believe I can do this. Well, that's exactly what this cohort, that is what the intensive massive action cohort is going to deliver. That's what we're about. Andrea, yes, there will be a replay. Esther says, I've been pushing to get over the anxiety, short-term memory, and brain fog. You can do this. So I think she's talking about Maria. Do what you can one day at a time, and before you know it, you did it. And that's exactly it. Like, that's exactly what we are helping you do. We are helping you do this one day at a time, and to know exactly what it is that you need to be working. So you don't have to be worried. You can just focus that's why they're called focus hours. You can just focus on this one thing. You can come to both hours if you want. You can come to 1 hour, one day, 2 hours, another day. You can do it on your own if the times don't work for you. You can let Lindsay know if you need a different time, and she can, I don't know that she's going to work with you, but if that's true for everybody. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Sherry is saying, where do we sign up for G3? It is, hopefully Lindsay put the link in the chat. I've got so many to work through here, but hopefully that it's in there. Um, so Eastern time is it's 10 a.m. Is the what I can't remember. Yeah, 10 a.m. and then 3 p.m. and that's Eastern time is where we're going to start. But again, you'll be working with Lindsay this whole time. So if it turns out there's a flood of requests for another time, that works too. Let's see. We need get out of the car t-shirts. That is that is awesome. I think I will also make I am Sam t-shirts. For those of you who were around for my big Are You a Sam speech, yes, maybe we need to get out of the car t-shirts and Sam's. Maybe that'll be our awards, Lindsay. Let's talk about that actually, because I did say when Lindsay and I were talking and planning out this that we would have a couple of award days. So maybe that can be an award is again, get out of the car t-shirt. Okay. All right, let's see. Fred is asking about the certs. If you have started the basic cert, can you start advanced and payroll? No, you have to pass the basic certification before you can do the advanced and payroll. So there's still time. If you started the basic cert, knock it out and then just start the other two by the deadline. Okay. Let's see. Some people are asking about that. Yes, you have to finish. Okay. Maria says, I thought it would be over $1,000. Maybe it will be next time. But yeah, this time it is just $299. Okay. Okay. So Karen says that I wish I had time right now. I work full time and need to finish my Penn Foster program by December 9th. Penn Foster, by the way, is another like training program. I don't know, she's probably in like an EA program, enrolled agent program or some tax or something like that. Will this be available again? I don't know. I don't know. My hope and goal is that this becomes us. This becomes who we are, and that every quarter you can hop on to do a massive action cohort. Maybe this is going to be a giant flop, and at the end of the year, we're going to say, nope, we're never going to do this again. Or maybe we're going to say, oh, well, this is amazing. And now it's going to be 10 times the cost. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't make any promises. So Greg is saying it's $299 plus the $69 a month for the gym. If you currently have a $69 a month rate for the gym, Greg, if you're currently in the gym, and that's what you're paying, then yes, it's just $299 on top of that. The price of the gym is $79 a month if you're starting brand new. We also have on the checkout page, I gave you an option for a discounted version of the annual gym membership. So you can get the full, just an annual, you get everything either way, but you wouldn't have to renew for a year if you get the annual membership, and that is $699, which is a huge discount. It's like over $300 discount of, I did the math, I think it's $349 that you have to pay if you pay monthly. So that's an option there. If you currently have a monthly subscription and you would like to change to the annual subscription and save that money, you'll have to write into support to do that. You could just do it on the checkout page, just add $6.99 and then go back and cancel your $69, or you can reach out to support at fastandeasyqbo.com and we will we'll make those adjustments for you. Trinaya is asking, are payment plans available? And yes, like always, we support Klarna and Afterpay as payment plans. Those are third party. We don't have anything to do with them. We don't control their rates or how it all works. But but those are your options. All right, let's see. Brandy says, I just passed the intermediate exam and haven't even finished all my training for that one. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. And I don't know if I even have access to the gym. How would this benefit me? So I don't know if you're asking how would what benefit you. So I just spent a whole time talking about the intensive. So the purpose of the intensive is to hold your feet to the fire, help keep you accountable, help stay focused, help you get over yourself, get over your mental block so that you're actually taking action and doing it. If you're asking how the gym would benefit you, the purpose of the gym is to get you experience actually being a bookkeeper, and it exposes you to in the course of the year, you are exposed to all of the features of QBO, and you are actually doing the work. It's not like when you're going through the Intuit training and you're just reading about it. You're actually doing the work. And so you're actually sending invoices, and you're actually paying bills, and you're actually reconciling reconciling bank accounts. So you're actually doing the work and getting all of that experience so that it clicks in your brain of how that all works. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question. Lisa asked if this is going to be offered in January again. I answered that with the other person. I don't know. My hope is that it will, but whether we will or not, I don't know. It depends on how this one goes and whether it's going to be the same price or not, whether we're going to change things up. I don't know. Dave says, I can't wait to get started. Woohoo! Alrighty. Please add the link to the gym. Thank you for doing that. I wish the gym is included. Maria says, I wish the gym is included in this package. I mean, it sort of is. I mean, it's not in the $299, but it is, you can add it. So I guess you meant that you wish that it were $209 as part of $299. All right, let's see. Rhonda says, if we haven't gotten the basic cert yet, can we finish all three by the 10/3 deadline or just do the basic? So you would have to finish the deadline to finish is October 11th. The deadline to start is October 3rd. So you could today and tomorrow knock out your basic, so get that done, and then start on your advanced, and you could start on your advanced and payroll, on Wednesday or Thursday. I mean, once it doesn't unlock until you have finished the basic, but the basic only takes about 5 hours. So you can knock it out in a day or spread it out over 2 days would be a little bit easier. And then start on the other two, and then just kind of hold your space. Okay. Linda says, OMG, I'm in. Can't wait. Yay, Linda. All right. Dave says, I am through basic, almost done with advanced, but haven't paid for or started with payroll and cleanup. So I don't know if you saw, again, there's been 10,000 emails. I apologize for that, but we are giving it a super deep discount on payroll for those of you who want to hurry up and get it done. And there are links in the email. Also, you can email support@fastandeasyqbo.com and we'll get those, get you the discount links and all that stuff. Cleanup is not affected by this at all. It's not affected by what Intuit is doing, okay? Because cleanup is not tied to it's not tied to an Intuit certification. So, so you can do cleanup like on your own time. There's no deadline. Okay, let's see. I've got to leave to take one of my tests for the basic. Can we start one test for each course on 10-3? Okay, well, I think that question got answered. Trinaya says, Stacy's challenges were great. I didn't complete everything. I can feel the difference already. So just a little bit, just working a little bit in that. And what she's talking about, Stacy's challenges, that's what I was talking about earlier about, like, you just go a little bit, you just take a little step, a little step, a little step. You decide like how far you want. You know, she encourages you to work out of your comfort zone just a little bit, and then you then you turn around and you're like, oh my gosh, like, look how far I've come. So thanks for saying that. Okay, so I think people are, this is a great question. Stacy says, will there be other marketing recommendations if I don't want to create a LinkedIn profile? This bookkeeping opportunity may conflict with my current position at work. So there's two things here, Tracy. So first of all, if you have a job that requires a LinkedIn profile, okay, so if you are, if you're a recruiter, for example, like your whole job is that LinkedIn profile, you can set up a separate LinkedIn profile just for you personally, okay? So the key thing is you have to have a different email address. So you can have two things. So you can have two. If you decide that you don't want to, that's fine. You can use the methodology on other platforms. We just can't offer the guarantee. So you can still follow. All of the. I know, who is it? Somebody's using Alignable. I think that's a thing. Some people want to use Facebook or Instagram. The thing about LinkedIn is that LinkedIn is designed for business. LinkedIn is, people expect you to do business transactions on LinkedIn, okay? When it's like Instagram or Facebook, people expect that to be more personal, and they, they can get touchy if you're like talking business, reaching out to, business people. So again, it's up to you. It's your business. You can do whatever you want. For us, we are training you on LinkedIn, and that's where for the guarantee, that's what we expect you to do. But you can certainly still participate. John says, the problem with chasing the dragon is that you might catch it, and then what? No, we will never catch we will never catch the dragon. I'm positive, I'm 100% certain that even Intuit cannot catch its own tail. That there are so many people who are, like so many internal departments that don't talk to each other, and it's evident inside the software. Like certain pages work differently than other pages, and it's clear that they don't, talk to each other. I heard Hector Garcia make a joke once that he said it's as if Intuit took all of their engineers and put them in separate rooms and told them, don't talk to each other. Because it's just ridiculous how, like, and Alicia Katz-Pollock, she'll talk about how, like the date field. Why doesn't every date field in QBO work exactly the same way? It should be just like date field code, and it's always that, always works that way. But it doesn't. And it's like both Hector and Alicia talk about, like, that's their pet peeve. All right, Moses says, how long do you estimate it takes to go through the gym exercises? It takes about 42 real-time hours to get through year 1 of the gym. Year 2 is a little bit more challenging, and so that we don't have a measurement on that, but you can get a year's worth of experience. And in about 42 real-time hours. Each month, the gym is divided into 12 months worth of exercises. Each month takes about 3 to 4 hours to do, and so that's why. Okay. Thank you, Lindsay, for posting the link. Can we please ask for gym discount for those 3 months? Well, you can ask. I don't know about why the link is not clickable. No, I mean, if you can get if you're only wanting to do the gym for those 3 months, then I question how serious you are about building your business. That is, if you're going to do this, do it. Okay. You have you could join the gym outside of this challenge. You can't, there's discounts you can get or whatever. But if you're going to do the gym as part of this challenge and you don't currently have the gym, then you can get an annual discounted subscription. That's like $349 off of paying monthly, or you can do monthly and pay more. Those are your options. All right. I don't know why the link isn't clickable. Okay. Let's see. If you have so Cheryl is asking if you have all 3 certifications, what phase would I need to start with? So that depends on whether you're doing cleanup. If you are doing cleanup, then in phase 1, you're just going to do work on cleanup, working on that final project. If you're not, cleanup is optional. That's just a thing that you could do. If you're not, then you're going to start right in with the gym. If you've already done a year 1 of the gym, you're going to start on year 2 of the gym. If you've completed all of the gym that you possibly can, you're going to keep doing that. You're going to make sure that you've done all of those exercises of the week. Okay, so you're going to keep doing the gym. All right. Caroline says no massive flops. I don't know what that means. Peggy says the link worked for her. Her payment was accepted. She just got out of the car. Woohoo! All right. Anthony, thanks for doing the math. Yes, the annual gets you $349 off the regular price. Maria says, how does the gym help me to understand what I'm doing? Will it take me step by step and show me how to do it? How will I know how to do the work? Yes, it takes you step by step so that you know exactly what to do, and you can it takes you step by step, and we do have some instruction also along the way that helps you understand why you're doing a certain thing, or when you get to the bank reconciliations, we stop and we say, okay, look at this page. Here's what all of these numbers mean. Maria, another thing you can do is you can join the gym challenge. So if you go to www.fastandeasyqbo.com/gym5, the number 5, all lowercase gym, GYM, the number 5, you can you can try out the gym for 5 days for free and see and get see what it's like. Which leads me to the question of when are the doors closing on this, right? So, which I haven't really talked about. I mean, we're starting tomorrow, and I realize for a lot of people that's kind of crazy. So we're gonna accept people in, probably we haven't worked it out. Training really gets started toward the end of October. Okay, so when you're in the get it done phase and you're just pumping stuff out, we're going to be giving you assignments to start getting your marketing going. Once a week you're going to be doing this. But the real training, like the first real training, help me, Lindsay, I think it's November 1st maybe, or the end of October, I can't remember, was when one of us does like a big training. So we'll have the doors open for a couple weeks. But I'm going to tell you that the longer you are in it, the more value you're going to receive, because you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done. You're going to get out of the car and you're going to go get it done. All right, let's see. Lindsay's answering a question. You would still start in the beginning and work on the cleanup if you have that course, or you're answering a question about the like what you would be doing in phase 1 if you already have your certs. Megan says you can take the free 5-day challenge and it provides 5 days of access to the gym and you could try it out. I think that was for Maria. Anthony says the gym is like working for a real client without the worry of messing up someone's book. It's like a flight simulator. Yes, exactly. Lindsay says about the 5-day challenge. Yep. Dave says, can anyone post the link to the payroll course discount page? You will have to write it. Check your email, because I sent an email on the newsletter that went out on Friday, had that information. So check if you were in our group, if you were in our network by then for sure look for that newsletter. If not, write to support@fastandeasyqbo.com and we will get it to you. Okay. Kay says, I'm so reserved and shy, finding my voice is key. Like yes, that is, Caroline says she can relate. And yes, and Stacy is a master. She's a master at helping people do this. So I'm so excited to be working with her. She's just amazing. Yeah, Lindsay, that link is for the combo deals. That's not the same as the special that we have for the time limit thing. Benny is asking, can I start advanced and payroll test at the same time in Intuit? And the answer, I believe, is yes. Okay, Greg is saying LinkedIn will unlock access to bookkeeping queries for me only if I upgrade to premium for free, but after 30 days they want $50 a month. Is that what others are experiencing? No, I have no idea what that means. But no, you don't. In this cohort, you do not have to pay for anything. We're going to teach you how to use LinkedIn for free. We're going to teach you how to use Canva for free. We're going to help you get Calendly set up for your booking link for free. So yeah, all of those programs are working. Okay. Benny says, as long as I have started one part of the advanced and payroll and I've met, then you need to complete both tests by the 11th. The 11th is the last day to submit any tests. Then they're revamping everything. Okay, so Ruda says, I have experience in accounting for 14 years, starting as owner of my business now. This is the reason I don't need the gym for the whole year. Mostly interested in marketing and finding clients. This is why I asked for the discount for 3 months of the gym. So, Ruda, what I'm going to recommend is that this probably is not the program for you. There are tons and tons. And if you go to www.fastandeasyqbo.com /resources, There are other companies that teach marketing. We are not a marketing company. We just teach this one method for getting yourself out there. So this program is not going to be for you, but you probably can find other programs that are. In fact, Jenny Buck, who runs Bookkeep Anywhere, has a program coming up that might be more useful for you. And I know she's been messaging me about it, and I haven't been able to read the messages because I've been so focused on getting ready for this. But now that this is already launched and off, I will be able to go back and I will see what I can find. Let me just write down your name real quick, and I can send you, where did it go? I can send you more information once I find out what exactly she's doing. Okay. When will October become available for the QBO gym? Are you talking about year 2? Because year 1, it definitely is available now. I thought that for year 2, it should be year 2 should be out any day. If that's what you're talking about. Okay. All right. So more from Ruda. So Ruda apparently was in the last cohort, and so this is interesting. So if you were in the last cohort, then you already have all the skills. Like, you know exactly what. So let's talk privately. I'm going to write to you with this other information anyway, but let's talk privately to see what it is exactly that you need, because you already know, you've been through the previous cohort, you know exactly what to do. Is it that you just need the accountability to do it? Or is it that you are needing you're feeling like you're wanting to do more than what we've taught, or whatever. Let's see. I wish I could buy. Okay, that was just that. Sherry says, can you post the link to G3 in the Facebook group? I have tried on 3 devices and can't get in. Sherry, tell me what you mean by you can't get in. What does that? I don't know what that means. Does that mean the page isn't coming up? Does that mean that the page comes up but there's an error message? Does that mean you try and buy it but there's too many people buying it at the same time? I don't know what that means when you say I can't get in. Let's see. Maria says, I'm trying to sign up, so do I use the email for my Klarna account or the email I'm signed up with in Booksmatch? That's a really good question. I didn't realize that Klarna had different, I didn't realize you had to have a Klarna account. We definitely want you signed up with your Booksmatch account. So I don't know I would write to support, and I would definitely sign up with Booksmatch, and then I don't know what's going to happen with Klarna. So I don't know, we might be able to, I don't know if Anthony can help with that or not. Will it create 2 different accounts? I don't know enough about Klarna to know the answer. Brenda says, if you want to build your confidence, join the gym and get the cleanup course. Yes, but it's not just about buying them. That's why we're here talking today, because it's not enough to just buy the courses. Is the gym great? Yes. Is the cleanup course great? Yes. But neither of them will do you any good if you don't actually do them. And that's why we're here today. That's why we're having that's why we have this G3 intensive massive action cohort, is so that you can actually get them. Okay. All right. So December is short because of the holidays. When people are traveling, we'll be able to get all the work done for phase 3. Yes, you will. Lindsay and I have worked out the whole schedule. You have the day before Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving off, and the day before Christmas and the day after Christmas off. So yes, we've worked out that. All right, let's see. Okay, thank you, Lindsay. She's posting the resource. So Sherry says the page is not coming up, but it could be operator error. So I don't know what that is about, Sherry. If you need to write to support@fastandeasyqbo.com, Anthony is, oh yeah, you're still on. So Anthony, I failed to give you the link. So if anybody writes in, but hopefully Anthony, you have grabbed it from today so that if anybody needs it. Let's see. Dave Ramser. I'm sure like your whole life people have called you Dave Ramsey, right? Because that is hard off the tongue, Dave. Dave Ramser. Dave Ramser just signed up for the Cohort gym, payroll and cleanup, and great discounts. Thanks, Margie. Awesome. We are excited to have you. Okay, let's see. And oh my gosh, in Margie we trust. Oh, Tamara, thank you for commenting on my hair. This one is my favorite for sure. So I appreciate that. Okay. I can't believe this. I got through all of the comments in Facebook. Poor YouTube I have been neglecting because I don't know how to check the comments on YouTube. Let me see. Okay, it looks like if I'm reading this right, I do not have any comments on YouTube. So I think that I've got everything covered. So, oh my gosh. Yep. So Lindsay has shared the link. So I think we're all good to go. Okay, guys. I'm so excited. It's that moment when like you have a puzzle, right? You've been working on a jigsaw puzzle and you put in like that last piece, like you put in the satisfaction that comes from that last piece in the puzzle. Like that's what I feel like our intensive cohort is. It is that last piece of the puzzle that's been missing. It's that I can give you all of the training in the world, and I love that. Like I could get up and train every day of my life. I love it so much. But giving you the training doesn't do anybody any good if you don't actually do the thing, right? So anyway, so Sherry's in, Caroline's in. I am so excited for you. I'm just so excited about this. Like you guys are going to end the year. That's the whole goal, to end the year on a bang. And I can't wait to hear your success story. All right, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. I will see you on Friday for our live stream where we're actually going to get together and do some exercises. And this is going to be great. You guys have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon.